New beginnings. Time to raise the standard.
Be better than the best.
McKenzie. Oh, beautiful.
10 teams, 1 goal.
Become the champion.
You know, and it's playoff champions.
Seen this in 2 decades.
A new era, a fresh start, a total reset. We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
Can you believe it?
We are British basketball.
Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
Opponents don't score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Good afternoon, you are very welcome here at the home of British basketball. Last season's treble-winning London Lions travelled to Guildford to take on the Surrey Scorchers. The Lions swept the Scorchers during a brutal first term for new head coach Lloyd Gardner last season, and we're live from the Surrey Sports Park in the company of Josh Bett and Graham Hiscock.
Well, thank you so much, Jeanette. Again, it's going to be the 4th game of the opening weekend of the 37th season of the British Basketball League. I'm Josh Bett. He's Graham Hiscock. Graham, big game tonight. The defending champions taking on Surrey Scorchers. I mean, many will say David versus Goliath, but this is going to be a great encounter.
Yeah, Surrey Sports Park's going to be rocking, and the Scorchers have got to be ready because this London Lions team, they won the treble last year, but they are not sitting on their laurels. They're ready to go and raise the bar even higher. Surrey Scorchers got to be ready from minute 1.
Well, there's Saquon Jameson coming in with some of these Scorchers teammates, but this is going to be a big test for these players. Finishing rock bottom, they've got expectations, but they're going to have to deal with that man, Jordan Taylor, a key factor in addition to Lions mid-season last year.
Yeah, Jordan Taylor, really solid player, and I think he's going to be looking to have a bigger role this year. He can shoot the basketball, he can share it as well, be a really nice facilitator, and the pieces that are being built around him, it's really going to help his game, Josh.
Well, one player that he's going to have to match up, of course, is going to be a counterpart, a former London Lion player, and that is in the likes of Justin Robinson. But no doubt, Jordan Taylor, renowned for his man-to-man defense. We're talking about a man who played for Galatasaray, Limoges, also played the Japanese B-League. When you talk about a world basketball traveler, he is the real deal. But London Lions coming into this game, there are big expectations, playing in the Euro Cup, but also the addition of that man, Gabriel Asheni, playing last season for Darüşşafaka in Turkey. Yeah,
he was the leading player for that team over the 2 years in the Basketball Champions League and in the Turkish Super League. He is big-time basketball, 6'11", 13, 14 points a game last season, almost a double-double throughout the season over the 2 years in Turkey. He's played high-level basketball, almost won the FIBA Europe Cup and helped Great Britain to the Eurobasket in 2022. Massive inclusion for the Lions and the league.
Well, of course, Gabriel Asheni's introduction, it was only a matter of time, but there is the man we've already been mentioning, Justin Robinson, coming from the Brixton Tomcats Academy under the late, great Jimmy Rogers, the former London Lion. Remember, he came back to the Lions in 2017, won the MVP award, and really transformed this franchise. But now he's playing for the other team, Surrey Scorchers. This has got to be one hell of a homecoming for him, especially after being a season out due to injury.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to assess himself and how he's going to get back into high-level basketball. He's got to be ready, but if he can rediscover any of that 2 times MVP type of play in the British Basketball League, then watch out Surrey Scorchers. They've got a great player, and there's another super player. We both love Paddy at Wang, South Sudanese national team, and great they've got him for another season, Josh.
Well, the king of South Sudan didn't feature for South Sudan at the FIBA Basketball World Cup this previous summer, only a couple of weeks ago actually in Manila, but no doubt big plans for him for the future for their national team. But as you mentioned, returning for a 2nd consecutive season in the British Basketball League, the sky is the limit with the king of South Sudan.
He can do it all. He can play defense, he'll be a nightmare for you, and when he's in the open floor and takes off and those high-flying dunks, he can just create havoc, and that's what Lloyd Gardner's going to want. A little bit of control in the half court, cut the turnovers down if he can. and the sky's the limit, as you say, for Paddy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go for a short little commercial break. We'll be back momentarily for this game between the Surrey Scorchers and the London Lions.
Number 20, Josh Sharma. Number 22, Terry Phillip. Number 31, Bradley Rosa. And number 32, Dante Graham. And Dante Graham, my apologies. And let's meet your Surrey Scorchers. Welcome for the first time in the BBL. Abdul Mohammed Nazir.
Well, welcome back, Basel fans. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups of these two teams. And again, Graham, no doubt, of course, we're going to see Paddy Wang and, of course, Justin Robinson in the starting lineup for the Surrey Scorchers.
Yeah, that's exciting for Scorchers fans and for the league to have those two great players up there. But Mohammed's another good inclusion. You've got good and high-level college player and professional Hunt playing for New Zealand and has played at a high level there with the national team. Josh Steele, British talent, and Robinson coming back, the second coming of the London boy, but now playing for Surrey.
Well, Wang will be coming off the bench for Lloyd Gardner. Now we got the likes of Nelson, Morgan, Olasheni, Tariq Phillip, and Grantham all starting here for the Lions. This is going to be a very tough lineup. But now let's go and listen to the coaches of Lloyd Gardner to see what he has to say in this build-up.
Obviously, it doesn't get tougher than the defending champions, you know, arguably favourites for this season as well. But we're looking forward to it, looking forward to the challenge, looking forward to testing ourselves against the best the league had last year.
What has been the emphasis in the preseason for your team?
Not getting injured. But apart from that, you know, yeah, we've just been trying to get everybody on the floor. Obviously, like every team, managing injuries is a key part of it. But just getting the guys used to playing with each other. Got some, you know, guys that have experience, but in different countries, different leagues. They don't know each other. We're lucky that we've got a core group. Lucky to bring in Justin Robinson, who knows the league really, really well, but has been out for a period of time. So, you know, we've got a lot of guys we feel like have chips on their shoulders with something to prove, and that's, you know, something that we've got to do this year, prove to the rest of the league that we're taking steps in the right direction.
Well, welcome back, Basel fans. We're now moments away from tip-off here between the opening game for these two teams. Remember now, Graham, the last time Surrey Scorchers won an opening game in the British Basketball League was back in 2017. While the London Lions, they've only lost one out of their last 10 opening games, and that was in 2020 from the return from COVID against the Newcastle Eagles. The odds not in the favour for the Scorchers.
No, London Lions will be ready. They've been out in France pre-season, played against Cholet and Nanterre as well, so they've played some really high-level games coming in here, so they are going to be ready. They need to be ready. New coach, they want to impress him, and they are the treble winners. Surrey Scorchers, some new players in. Elliot Bailey, I really like his inclusion, used to come and watch the Guildford Kings all those years ago, and now he's back playing in front of his home crowd. But Justin Robinson can do something special as well. But Surrey Scorchers got to be ready, Josh.
Well, Cameron Gooden is going to be a key factor in the backcourt along with Justin Robinson. But let's talk about the Lions. Connor Morgan making the journey from Turkey, where he played for Bahçeşehir Koleji, a team that featured in the Basketball Champions League, but also Dante Grantham, who played in France for Nancy. I mean, this is a loaded London Lions team. They're going into another Euro Cup campaign, but who's to say they cannot take all the trophies again this season in the league?
Yeah, absolutely. They're not resting on their laurels at all. They want to take it to the next notch. They want to go even further in the Euro Cup as well. They want to have a special season all round, and it all starts right here.
Well, Jordan Hunt will jump this with Gable Asheni. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Basel fans. Welcome to the Surrey Sports Park. It's Surrey Scorchers taking on the defending champions of London Lions. Well, Surrey trying to get used to this new backcourt here. Good and pulling up for the mid-range. Can't get this one, but the rebound by Hunt. The big man going up in the tall black. Oh, surprised we didn't see him perform a little bit of a haka before this game. And there you can see down low and a throw down there. Well, one thing you should know about Gable Asheni, this big man, as you've seen, Graham, he will run the floor.
Yeah, good start by Surrey initially, but as soon as you score, you've got to be ready to defend. They weren't. Easy bucket for Asheni.
Robinson going pick and pop here with Hunt. Hunt goes for the three-pointer. Can't get this one. The rebound secured by the Lions. One thing about London is we saw last season probably the best transition team that we have here in the British Basketball League. And going baseline, missing a wide open layup. But a foul has been called. Now, it wasn't called on the shot, so it's going to be called on the box out. So it will be a baseline possession to the Pride. Well, that's one of the benefits of having Gable Asheni. You know, as we've seen him play for Great Britain in FIBA Eurobasket World Cup qualifiers, as well as the Basketball Champions League, this man is relentless for going after offensive rebounds. Well, trying to go to a ball screen here. Trying to split the defense, and already Surrey picking up 2 fouls early on. This could be a problem for the Scorchers. This one's going to be called against Cameron Gooden.
Yeah, Asheni again, setting the screen, causing some havoc, getting involved, and Surrey Scorchers 2 quick fouls, as you say, Josh, and they've really got to start playing straight up D now.
Well, baseline possession coming up to the Lions. Well, getting this one inbound, an uncontested three-pointer, no good on that. Saquon Jameson having to come in as Jordan Hunt had to go to the bench early. Well, can the Scorchers build some identity here? Robinson bid. Well, Robinson going up in the mid-range. No problem there for the former London Lion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to all of our fans watching, we do apologize for our technical difficulties, lack of clock, but we will keep you updated with the time as the game goes on.
Yeah, nice play by Justin Robinson, creating his own offense, knocking down the two-pointer.
Lions going to that ball screen again. Good help side defense by Jameson. Turns it over. Well, they have numbers in transition. Finds Josh Still, goes up, gets rejected. Well, what a block shot there by Connor Morgan. Well, Josh Still thought he had a wide open layup, but Morgan just became the solid London Lions insurance policy.
Yeah, he's a big inclusion as well. Played in the Turkish Basketball Super League last season at 10.8 points a game. Big block for him as well.
Well, traveling violation called against the former British Basketball League MVP, Justin Robinson. Again, you know, London Lions, one of those teams, if you start to build that momentum, you cannot afford to make these mental blunders early on. You have to make sure every possession does count. Nelson playing backcourt here for the Pride. Well, interesting backcourt lineup, a very solid, big lineup for the Lions. Nelson killing off GB General, finds Gable Asheni. Again, a beautiful execution on the pick and roll.
That is big-time basketball. Great spacing. Elasheni with the finish.
Good and finding Robinson left wide open. He takes a three-pointer. Again, they didn't read the scouting report. He might have been away for a year, but this man, he will be lights out for the Scorchers.
What a great return. No hesitation on that three for Robinson.
Well, another Lions turnover. But again, another one there. Good defense by the Lions. They have numbers here. Morgan finds Nelson. It's an easy layup there.
Such good stuff, Josh, and then they just give it straight back to London Lions, who make them pay. They've just got to take care of the ball, make the most of all this great offense that Justin Robinson's bringing.
Well, we're going to call a foul against Luke Nelson, I believe. Heavy defense on Saquon Jamison. So that will be a sideline possession. 7:14 to go here in the first quarter. Just under 3 minutes played so far between these two teams. Remember, the opening game of the 37th season of the British Basketball League. Well, last time the Surrey Scorchers defeated London Lions was on the 1st of January 2022. Taylor Gandembi, the only player that played for the Scorchers on that day. Now, Justin Robinson did have 8 points, but he was unfortunately playing for the Lions.
Yeah, you can tell he's just absolutely feeling it. And now all of a sudden they've come right out the defense on Robinson, Josh, and now they're picking up quick fouls because he's so smart with the head fakes and the shot fakes.
You know, this is going to be a big year for the Scorchers because, you know, there was a lot of promise and potential that was said about this team. But, you know, as Lloyd Gardner said in the pregame interviews, injuries was the problem for them. Only 4 victories for the Scorchers, finishing rock bottom. They have to improve and try and make the playoffs this year. It's good and going all the way, showing no fear. And again, taking Morgan right down the lane.
Yeah, great move by Gooden, finishing with the left hand. London Lions couldn't do anything about it.
Jordan Taylor pulled up for the mid-range, and the former Limoges Galatasaray player, again, stepping up big time as he did last season for the Pride. Well, quick three in transition, probably not quite the shot that Lloyd Gardner wants. Jamison just fumbling this one, but keeping this alive for the Scorchers. Time winding down. Robinson, got it by Taylor. Pulls up, Hail Mary three-pointer. Again, Scorchers going after every second chance, but again, just can't capitalize.
There was great energy keeping that ball alive on the offensive glass, but they just needed to knock down that mid-range jump shot at the end of it.
They're trying to go that pick and roll sequence yet again, throwing up and drawing the foul. So now we'll go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Well, Tyreek Phillip, one a key addition. You know, another player who missed last season due to a horrific knee injury picked up in the preseason. But, you know, we're talking about a man who's played Turkish Basketball Super League, Israeli Premier League, but also Spanish ACB most recently with Herrera San Pablo Burgos, the 2-time at that point defending champions of the FIBA Basketball Champions League.
Yeah, it's just another high-level player that's hopefully going to play some minutes. We want to see these guys playing. Another high-level player for London Lions, and it's just going to be so interesting to see how Lions just gel together and if they can be as dominant as they were last year.
Well, naturalized player for Great Britain, made his debut in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers back in 2017 in that crucial overtime game against Greece, in which Greece did leave with the victory. But, you know, his game has really expanded in the last 5-6 seasons. Phillip making both free throws, giving London a slender 1-point lead. We do have the clock back as we just have 6 minutes to go so far here in the first quarter. Opening game between Scorchers and the London Lions. Lions last season winning the treble. Right now in the court. Trying to isolate, going all the way. Oh my goodness! Oh, the king of South Sudan. I don't think he looks like he's recovered from injury. He doesn't look like he had an injury.
That would have brought the house down, but it just shows what he can do out of nothing. He just explodes to the bucket, just couldn't get it to go.
Well, Lions with a chance now to extend their lead. Taylor trying to take on Gooden now, going down the lane, turning it over yet again. That's the 3rd team turnover for the Lions. You know, this is a new look team. They have missed a few players. Well, they've changed a few players, and there's always a transition period where even great teams need a bit of time to gel.
Yeah, these games are really important. The pre-season's important, which Lions went to France, and Surrey played some games here and then went off to Ireland. It's really important just so the new players coming in can get to know each other. But there's going to be some fumbles, there'll be some turnovers, but these coaches will straighten that out.
Well, Gooden getting the switch on defense. Finding Wang in the corner, down to Jamison. Jameson looking to isolate. Probably getting away with a traveling violation, putting up a Helmer shot. Can't get it. Now Lions looking to extend. Patience needs to be the key for both these two teams in their offense. Olasheni going with the unorthodox jump. Well, I mean, how many players shoot the same shooting technique he has? But again, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
No, he just found some space on the...
Well, kicks out, finds Wang, corner three. Part of his game he needed to expand from last season. And now Lions looking to extend it. Philip kicking out to Morgan. And an offensive foul's going to be called. Well, good defense coming from the Scorchers. The charge initiated by Abdul Mohammed.
Yeah, that's a great job by Abdul Mohammed. But just going back to Olasheni's bucket, he just stayed. He didn't move. The defense helped on the baseline.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a TV timeout as these two teams will have a bit of time here to talk it over. Remember, Surrey Scorchers currently at home against the London Lions. Returning from the TV timeout now, Basel fans currently watching live. We do apologize for the technical difficulties that we have had with the clock, but we do seem to have things back to normal. Well, Bradley Caboza checking into the game for the Lions. And, you know, a young player playing at Myerscough College really made an impact last season, really stepping and coming into his own. Well, confidence needs to be the key factor here for the Surrey Scorchers. Many games last season, Graham, you know, started games very well, but it was always in the third quarter where they started to dwindle and fall away. The Scorchers trailing by 3 points. Jameson look for a post-up now. Kicks this one out, finds Mohammed. Three is up, and that's way off the mark. And now Caboza looking to push this one for the Lions. Morgan now coming off the screen, tries another love pass, but doesn't turn this one over. Still can't finish it. Mohammed, good defense there, good rim protection from the Scorchers collectively.
Yeah, I like what Mohammed's doing there. Really important defensive play.
Well, Wayne passing off, finding Jameson. No foul calls. Can the Lions push this one?
Jameson having problems just keeping hold of the ball and finishing inside the key.
Well, Olasheni going baseline, kicking this one out. Caboza giving it up, and they have a three in the corner. Three is up, and it's good. Well, that's what Lions need now, a bit of confidence.
Yeah, Sandy, that was a nice interaction on this side of the floor. Quick 1-2 pass, drain the baseline jump shot.
6-point extension now for the Lions. Gooden going all the way, makes a bit of contact. Count it! And he gets the and one. Drawing it against Gabe Olasheni. Well, Cameron Gooden's going to go to the free throw line here. They're trying to cut this down to potentially a one-possession game.
Yeah, really good drive to the basket. Took the contact, good concentration, and finished off the glass.
Well, Cameron Gooden, of course, interesting addition for the Surrey Scorchers, but You know, we've seen this time and time again with some of the players. I mean, he went to Dixie State University in his final season, averaging 17 points per game. Now, this is his first time playing professional basketball, so great experience for him here in the league.
Yes, another high-level college player coming into the British Basketball League. We want to start to attract the best players and the best players coming out of college, and of course, retain our best British players as well.
Well, speaking of experience, Jordan Taylor, previously before coming to the London Lions, played with Cluj-Napoca, another rival team of the Eurocup. As Josh Sharma also checking into the game for the Lions. Taylor going all the way. Drawing the contact, and he will go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be called against Padilla Wang. Well, interesting. You remember London Lions winning the league title, Graham, in the Copper Box last season against the Surrey Scorchers. It was one of the more closer games that we saw from the Scorchers all season. They really, at times, showed that they could compete, but consistency was a problem for them.
Yeah, and frustrating for them as well. Last season, their points difference was better than Plymouth, but they lost more games. They lost a number of games by 3 points or less at home. They just couldn't get the job done. There were so many games where things just transpired to go against them. If they can just get on a roll, Surrey Scorchers, they are a very dangerous outfit.
Well, one of the clubs that Jordan Taylor played for was Tokyo Alvak. And, you know, when you're an import player in the Japanese B League, that just goes to show how highly you are regarded in the international world of hoops. Yeah,
it's a top league in Japan. He had a couple of years out there, but playing for Alvak, that's a real sort of show as good as he is.
Well, Andrew Lawrence, former GB 2012 player, Olympian, checking into the game. Goes into the mid-range and cool as you like. Well, Drewski all of a sudden stepping into the game big time. Another player who's had a unfortunate rhythm of injury season after season, but hopefully this will be a good year for Andrew Lawrence. Oh, Taylor left wide open, can't get this one.
And Jameson, exactly what Coach Gardner wants from him. He averaged 14 rebounds a game back in 21-22 for the Scorchers.
Lawrence going pick a pop here with Jameson. Kicking this one out, they go for another three. Three is up, no good. Scorchers really living and dying for the perimeter at the moment, but nothing dropping. Well, Kaboza finding Sharma. He already has one foul, doesn't want to pick up another one, but no help side defense as Sharma just punishes Scorchers inside the paint. He has really come into his shell, you know, as of last season. He was a terrific addition for this Lions team.
Yeah, Josh Sharma, real enforcer inside both ends of the floor. Good finish with the left hand there.
White now under 10 on the shot clock, looking to isolate. Spinning around, beautiful move goes up. Are you kidding me? Well, the king of South Sudan. Yeah, showing a bit of hot sauce there on the floor, Graham.
That was beautiful spin over the top of Sharma's help. No problem for Paddy at Wang.
Well, Sharma being heavily defended by Elliot Bailey. 2-point lead to the Lions. Sharma now time winding down, looking for a post-up. Pump faking out, going up with the jump hook, and again, simply unstoppable by Josh Sharma and Coach Petar Božić. I mean, when you talk about a historic, legendary coach, this man played, you know, assisted and coached the great Partizan in Belgrade.
Yeah, that's a super replacement for this season. Keeps everything trending in the right direction.
Well, there's the fadeaway coming from Padilla Wang. Can't get this one. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Lions potentially going for a 2-for-1. Well, looking for that's going to be an offensive foul. Good defense. Well, that's good defense, Craig. I mean, initiating that contact. You know, if the Scorchers can really stick to their principles, something this man has really expressed with his team in the preseason, they probably could give themselves a shot of hanging in this game.
Yeah, and it's the little things like that, taking a charge, getting a deflection, forcing a turnover. They just got to keep London Lions under wraps. Don't let them get away.
Andrew Lawrence got it in the backcourt by Bradley Kaboza. Veteran player versus youth player. Coming off one screen with Jameson. They're trying to go for another three. Again, it's just not dropping here for the Scorchers. Kaboza comes up with it. Looks like he's going to go himself. Goes all the way. Can't get it, but the follow-up is good. Well, again, the Scorchers didn't get enough players back, and the Lions just punished them in transition.
Yeah, it's a worrying sign for Surrey Scorchers. Lions just outworking them, getting players on the offensive glass, and were able to put the ball back.
Well, one thing the Surrey Scorchers need to be wary of here, Ty, is to make sure they don't allow London Lions to get too many second chances. Again, the three-point play isn't converted. Time winding down here for Lawrence. Coming off a few screens. Pump fakes. Three. Corner. Takes it. Got it! Oh! Right at the dying moments of the first quarter. Well, the basketball gods just put a little bit of touch on that one as the three-pointer finally salvages. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, Lions just holding on to a slender lead. We're going to have a break now as we'll be back in just under 2 minutes. Welcome back, Basel fans. London Lions currently leading this one 22-19. Now, Graham, one of the key interesting stats here, the London Lions collectively as a unit, 6 assists, Surrey only 2. But, you know, one worrying fact about the Lions, already 5 turnovers in the first quarter.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy. Couple of unforced turnovers. That's something they've got to really take care of.
Well, Lions have only taken 3 three-point field goals, making 33% of those, while Surrey currently 2 for 9 from the perimeter. I mean, you know, this is a team that likes to shoot the ball from downtown, but they got to find other ways to score against a very big and imposing front court of the London Lions. Well, Lawrence going behind the back, looking to kick this one out, finds Wang. Well, one more pass in the corner. They go for another 3. This is three-pointer number 10. That's way off the mark. Jameson's got to go up. Draws a foul against Sharma. So he will go the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Yeah, again, Shaquem Jameson, right place, right time. You know what you're going to get from him. That's what they've brought him back. Toughness, rebounds, extra possessions. This time he finally gets hold of the ball. He's able to go up, gets fouled, and now he's at the free throw line.
Well, one positive note there, you see Jameson coming up with the loose ball. 4 offensive rebounds already for the Scorchers, only 1 for the London Lions. Again, that's how Surrey needs to play if they're going to compete with the Pride. If you're going to try and compete with the defending champions, you got to be a little bit more hungry and dirty and go for those second chances.
Yeah, outwork them, out-hustle them the whole time. Extra possessions, dive on the floor. The sort of stuff that Jameson's been brought in for. He just needs a little bit of composure right now. And when he's trying to put those putbacks in.
Well, Scorchers currently with Bailey, Padilla Wang, Saquon Jameson, Lawrence, and Josh still on the floor. Well, Lions with Tariq Phillip, Grantham, Josh Sharma, Kieran Sandy, and Bradley Caboza. Oh, good hands there by Wang. Now can they push this one in transition? Lawrence now finds still. This is one thing about the Lions is very good at transition defense and closing out. Wang here with 10 on the shot clock, looking to isolate. Goes up, and again, the king of South Sudan, Your Majesty. Well, whenever this guy gets inside the paint, I mean, his elevation, his vertical almost makes him impossible to defend.
Yeah, and again, finishing with the left hand, using the correct hand from the fundamental side, but he's gone from the sideline right to the bucket within a split second, and Sharma couldn't handle it.
You know, last season, no doubt, of course, he was probably one, if not the most exciting player in the British Basketball League with all this talent. But, you know, one thing for him was adjusting to this league. The British Basketball League, very different in terms of its identity if you want to compare it to other leagues in Europe. But now it's almost like his recovery from surgery, a different player, of course, very much determined to prove himself to be one of the best. Sharma guarded by Jameson. The man who played in Poland and in the Spanish ACB. Tries a backdoor play with another turnover for the Lions. Still looking to push this one again. A poor pass in transition. Well, Graham, in that case there, you know, it's a poor transition play, but, you know, what would you do in the case if you are Josh Steele, if you are Padilla Wang, to really capitalize in that moment?
Yeah, maybe the spacing wasn't quite right. Maybe make the bounce pass. That would have been easier for Padilla to pick up. Or Josh looks at Padilla and says, you know what, no, I'm going to go all the way myself.
Well, Phillip coming off a few ball screens. Trying to isolate. Good defense by Wang. No charge called, but again, no problem. The finish from Dante Grantham.
And another big player for London Lions, Grantham, and that was great control there just to get that finish off the glass.
Lions with a 2-point lead, but a foul has been called on the baseline. This one's going to be called against Kieran Sandy. They're a young player, 23 years of age. And one thing you've got to appreciate what Brett Berman has done with this team. It's not only about signing big names and trying to get the best players, but also identifying young British talent. Bradley Caboza, of course, Kieran Sandy as well. I mean, this is a team that's planning for the future.
Yeah, bring the British players back from college and show them that this British Basketball League, London Lions playing in Europe in one of the top European competitions this season, bring these guys back, get them to play in their home country.
Well, no doubt, of course, they'll be looking to improve on last season's Euro Cup campaign, losing to DK, or to Badalona, of course, my apologies. You know, speaking of Badalona, Surrey Scorchers back in the 2007-8 season actually played in the Euro Cup when they were known as the Guildford Heat, and they played against Badalona. Ricky Rubio, Rudy Fernandez played against what was then Guildford Heat, which is today Surrey Scorchers.
Yeah, well,
Well, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you can see right there, the game that will happen tomorrow is between the Manchester Giants and the Caledonia Gladiators. That will tip off at 6 p.m. tomorrow. But, of course, next week will be the big game on Sky Sports between London Lions, the defending champions, and the Caledonia Gladiators. Graham, that is going to be one hell of a matchup.
Yeah, well, see how Lions does today, but they're going to want to really push on. Gladiators spending a lot of money on infrastructure, bringing in top players as well. It's going to be a really big test, but London Lions will be on their home floor at the Copper Box. We're wanting to be going, hopefully 2-0 if they can get it done here today.
You know, big games have already happened. The opening game of the British Basketball League, the Newcastle Eagles, you know, defending, you know, their pride. We're talking about the most historic and most successful team in the history of the British Basketball League, winning at home to the Sheffield Sharks, but also Cheshire Phoenix. Arian Wright making the jump from NBL to BBL. You know a lot about him.
Yeah.
But now Surrey inbounding this one on the baseline.
Yeah, it just shows that D1 players can come up the league, and that's how it should be, filter through.
Caboza going all the way. Again, the jump was made by Cameron Gooden, but in the end it favored Bradley Caboza.
Yeah, really strong minutes from Caboza. This time, left-hand finish in transition.
Well, Gooden trying to go to a ball screen. Jordan Hunt back into the game for the Scorchers. Still nowhere to go. Finds Hunt under the basket. The big man, oh, just had Butterfingers. I don't think he's going to find himself any more wide open than that one, Graham.
That was a super pass. Double team came to the ball. He was wide open. That is so unfortunate that he can't just finish that, and it would have been a big, strong finish. Really get the crowd into it.
You know, he's coming from playing professional basketball in New Zealand. You know, one of the parts of the basketball world that really does a good job of developing fine talents. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how a player such as himself, FIBA Asia Cup experience playing in Indonesia, how he'll make that transition to a very fast-paced British Basketball League. Well, Lions now having to deal with the full court pressure from the Scorchers. Robinson having just checked back in for Surrey, playing against his former team. Well, Phillip left wide open. Inside there. That's going to be a problem for the Scorchers, Graham, if they decide to go underneath the ball screens.
Yeah, wide open shot there for three. And Surrey going to have to make some definite changes.
Hunt trying to follow in for an offensive board, can't get it. 7-point lead to the defending champions. Sharma getting a handoff, finds Kaboza. Good defense coming from Robinson. Tries to go in Robinson. Well, yeah, Bradley Kaboza. I like to call that one the finger roll. I think he tried to pass the one up to Sharma, but threw up the prayer.
Yeah, good play from Sharma initially, but great job.
9-point lead. Good and going for a Hail Mary three-pointer. Can't get it. Scorchers unable to secure any offensive boards, but can now they be tested. Lions looking to extend this to a double-digit lead. Phillip now finding Sharma. Sharma connects with it, and he gets the and one. Well, Sharma Airlines wasn't able to connect with the dunk, but no problem. Time coming from Tariq Phillip. Well, look at the execution here. Fakes the pass. Sharma's elevation. Too much to handle. I think that's going to be the third foul against Jordan Hunt.
Yeah, that was just beautiful play. Perfect timing on the pass by Phillip. And Sharma's just so big, so strong, and that's exactly where Lions want him operating, right by the bucket.
Well, Sharma already 6 points, 1 rebound. Well, unable to convert the three-point play. Well, my apologies, it was actually the second personal foul against Jordan Hunt, but he has to go to the bench. Trying to go baseline now, kicking this one out. Well, Gooden goes for another three-point again, rattles its way in and out. Surrey still persisted to go for everything from the perimeter. Well, no foul call, good defense by Robinson. The Scorchers get something. Robinson, quick three, transition, no problem. 6-1, cutting it down to an 8-point ball game.
Yeah, great play by Robinson. Both ends of the floor with the defense, and then just no hesitation, hand in his face, knocked down the three in transition.
Another penetration. Taylor kicking this one out. Morgan being defended by Muhammad. Trying to bully his way in. Goes up and he draws a foul. Well, effective move there by Morgan. Again, it's going to be exciting to see how he adjusts to life. Of course, you know, when you play in the Turkish Basketball Super League, you're used to playing against Anadolu Efes, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, Pinatka Shiyaka. What experience can he bring to the British Basketball League?
And of course, Darüşşafaka as well against Olaşeni. I mean, that is a high-level league. That's one of the top leagues in Europe. But he just showed in that little clip that he can catch the ball and square up and be a threat. He'll knock down the three if you leave him open, or he can be strong in the post. So London Lions, again, very smart business bringing in Morgan.
Now remember, he also spent 2 seasons playing with Juventud Badalona, the team that knocked out the Lions in the Euro Cup campaign last season. So also a bit of ACB to his caliber. 10-point lead to the Lions. Robinson looking to break down the defense. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Well, Muhammad had a beat that draws the contact.
Fouled by number 9, Conor Morgan. Timeout requested by London. It's 25-35, 10 points the difference. 4:57 to go.
Well, now we have a timeout call. These two teams want to talk it over. It's currently Lions leading by 10 points. It's going to be 2 free throws coming for the Scorchers when we return. Welcome back, Basel fans. Currently the free throw line here. Mohammed for Surrey Scorchers. Graham, you know, the moment London Lions, even though they have a double-digit lead, 8 turnovers, one too many for their liking so far here in the first play.
Yeah, they've been giving Scorchers a chance to stay in the game, and it's only the last couple of minutes Lions have really pushed ahead. But this is exactly where Abdul Mohammed wants to be, at the line. The clock is stopped and he can cut into the lead.
Unable to make the second free throw. 9 points of difference. Justin Robinson leading the Scorchers so far with 8 points. Can Lions take this back to a double-digit deficit? Taylor finds Morgan, catch and shoot from the perimeter. 3 is up, no foul called. Jameson able to stop that one from going out of bounds. As we mentioned, the assist difference between these two teams, Lions substantially better at moving the ball effectively. You know, Surrey very much an individual game here at the moment. Jameson tries a backdoor, finds good and no foul called. That's going to be a Surrey ball with 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, really good defense. There was 2 defensive players from Lions with Gooden, so when he caught the ball, he just couldn't get the shot off.
Well, Wang is currently back on the floor with Robinson. Slightly smaller lineup here for the Scorchers. Jameson being defended by Olasheni. Finds Wang now. Jameson doesn't take many threes. Can't get this one. An offensive rebound for the Scorchers, something they have done a better job than the Lions so far. Nowhere to go here for Wang. Time running down again. Trying to take on Nelson. Goes for the fadeaway. Wang goes up, and that's going to be a 24-second violation. Great defense by the London Lions.
Yeah, excellent defense by Luke Nelson there. Really kept to his assignment and forced Paddy Wang to take a tough fadeaway just as the shot clock was expiring.
Well, Jordan Taylor checking out. Bradley Caboza coming back in for the Pride. So he'll play. No, Taylor back still in the game, excuse me. So it's going to be Tariq Phillip who goes to take a breather. So Lions sharing a backcourt. Luke Nelson, the GB General. Jordan Taylor, Morgan, and Gable Olasheni playing the 4 and 5 role. Nelson fakes the screen and draws a foul. Padilla Wang, that's going to be Wang's 2nd foul so far here in the game. Now, if you're Lloyd Gardner, do you take Wang out of the game with 3:43 to go?
Well, he's so important to this team, but he's got to find a way to play defense with 2 fouls. They may go to a bit of zone just to protect him.
Taylor finds Nelson. This is what he likes to do, pull up for the perimeter. Unable to get under that one. Scorchers trying to find Jameson here in the low block. Crosscourt, good pass in the lane. Mohammed getting a simple cut down the middle, exposing Lions help side defense.
Yeah, great job by Mohammed. It just really went hard to the basket. The pass was right on target, right on time.
Well, Caboza now trying to post up. Nowhere to go, turns it over again. Now they got numbers, finds Wang, look out below, but again, he missed that one. Well, Wang could have put himself on a show reel, and also could have cut it down to a 5-point ball game. Nelson down the middle, puts up the lob, front iron. Now Mohammed goes into the Euro step, draws a contact, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Lions in the moment, again, it's their opening game, defending champions, just trying to find ways to how they play with each other. As you mentioned, preseason games against Cholet, where they played against Wojtek Kruban, their former teammate, but at the moment, you know, it's a bit of a rough start here for the Pride.
Yeah, they threatened to blow the game open, but Lloyd Gardner and the Scorchers just hanging around. You know, things are looking good. It could be a lot worse for Lloyd. They're doing okay. They're playing tough.
Well, again, you know, what would Lloyd Gardner be saying to his players right now in this timeout?
Well, to Paddy Wang, just finish some of those transition plays.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow the big game you can see right there will be between the Manchester Giants and the Caledonia Gladiators. That will tip off at 6 p.m. on the official YouTube of the British Basketball League. While the big game next week, the game of the week, will be on Sky Sports between London Lions as they take on the Caledonia Gladiators. Gladiators, you know, winning the British Basketball League trophy last season against the Phoenix, and a lot of expectations going into the FIBA Euro Cup this season.
Yeah, it's a really big step up from that. Was amazing what they did last year, winning that competition, and they've got to push on. They're going to want to challenge the London Lions and be one of the top teams in this league, and exciting to watch that game for sure.
Well, 2:48 to go here in the second quarter. At the moment, the Lions just being tested, but you know, this is a new look team, as we mentioned. Jordan Taylor returning along with Josh Sharma, Luke Nelson. You know, the departure of some key players, there is going to be a transition period for the new players to adjust to the new coach and the new style.
It is a new style. They can go really big with Olasheni and Morgan on the floor together, who can both stretch the floor as well. Sam Decker's not playing today. You put Decker into this team, and again, it all changes, and the focus is more on Sam. So it's going to be very interesting as they start this campaign.
Well, Mohammed going 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. The player who left Montana State in 2022. Also played in Germany and in the native Canada. They're trying to go for a post-up, but a foul is going to be called again. No, a turnover. Well, it looked like they were going to call a foul against Saquon Jameson, but Graham, it's another turnover for the London Lions.
Yeah, great tough play there from Jameson. Exactly what he's been brought in for, doing his best to match up against Olasheni, and he did a great job there, forcing the turnover.
Well, 9 turnovers already here in the first half for the team who won the treble last season in the British Basketball League. Scorchers with a chance to potentially cut this down a 4 or 3-point ball game. Robinson nowhere to go. Foul has been called.
And Robinson, it's as though he's not been away, Josh, because he's got straight into the flow of the offense. If you don't come and guard me, I'll shoot the three. You overplay me, I will go to the basket. He can go with either hand, finish with either hand.
Well, Justin Robinson, of course, one of the primetime players coming from the youth development. Born in 1987, was a teammate with Matthew Bryan and Manning through their days in the youth level at Brixton. Now, he played at Blair Academy, and his coach at that time, Coach Montagna, I believe it was the assistant coach for South Sudan at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Yeah, a lot of links there, and of course with Luol Deng and his brother, and what a fantastic job South Sudan have done, and Paddy Wang's been part of that. But Justin Robinson, really impressed with him, knocking down his free throws, doing everything a star player needs to do.
Well, Robinson had a fine NCAA career. Scorchers going into a 2-3 zone as Morgan tries to go for the high post. Wang comes up with a rebound. Lions have gone quite a while without scoring. Wang down the middle, goes up with it, and again, just couldn't get the final touch.
That's a bit wild. That's where Paddy just needs to maybe pass that.
The foul is going to be committed against Justin Robinson. So Gabe Olasheni, I believe, should be going to the charity stripe here. I think Robinson was trying to argue that he wasn't in the process of shooting the ball. I think the referees have a slight different assessment on that one.
Yeah, again, it's moving the ball quickly in transition for London Lions, and Olasheni, he's so quick up and down the floor that he can finish off these transition breaks or get to the foul line if fouled. But he's been so consistent, Josh. At Darüşşafaka, 12.5 points last season, 13. Then when he was at Burak Sekmeci in Turkey as well, nearly 16 points a game, always rebounding the ball really well. But I really like the way he can share it, and I'm looking for him to put up a number of assists this season as well.
Well, the first time we saw Gabe Olasheni was when he played for Sassari in the Basketball Champions League. You know, he played at the same club as Josh Sharma, but at different times. Fuenlabrada, another team that we're very familiar with, who also featured the Basketball Champions League. So it just goes to show the experience of some of these players. Jameson spinning around again in the paint with a little jump hook. And all of a sudden, Scorchers just collectively trying to hang in there against the defending champions.
Yeah, Jameson again gets hold of the ball, takes care of putting it in the basket this time.
Well, Morgan trying to go up for his own rebound. Can't get it. Wang secures a rebound. Scorchers potentially could tie the game up, maybe take the lead. Well, there's a three. Three is up. But again, Graham, nobody going in for an offensive rebound for Surrey.
Yeah, really quick three, though, in transition there. Jameson just couldn't quite join in the rebound part of the game.
Well, Morgan tries another tray, but again, he's just not getting anything to drop. But Kaboza trying to fight for the offensive board. Wang trying to push this one. Goes in, contact. I think Jordan Taylor probably very lucky they didn't call a foul on him. Ken avoids the block.
My gosh.
Ken, he put a bit of English on that one. Well, 46.8 seconds left. Well, I think Mohammed thought he was going to go for the swat. And just look at that basketball obey the laws of gravity. Timeout now to Surrey Scorchers. They want to talk it over as they currently trail by 4 points, but they have a potential 2-for-1 coming up, Graham.
Yeah, Dante Grantham there. That was fantastic play with the finish. And going over 2 players against Surrey Scorchers, but on that transition defense. But they are on the edge, Surrey Scorchers are breaking this game open and getting back into it and maybe even taking the lead. They've just got to have Paddy Wang at his absolute best. He's doing a fabulous job, defensive, rebounding, but just a couple of times he hasn't quite been able to finish in the transition.
Interesting note of history between these two basketball teams. The first time they ever met in a major final in the British Basketball League was back in 2008 when Lions were known as Milton Keynes and Surrey were known as the Guildford Heat. Guildford Heat, that time coached by Paul James, won 188 in the British Basketball League playoff final. That was the first ever final meeting between these two franchises.
Yeah, they're totally storied. The history, it goes way back. It may be different teams, different names to the teams. We see Sam Decker there and is not kitted up today, but that's the strength of London Lions, that Decker can be not playing, as he had to sit out a few times last year, and they still get the job done. But these two teams, so important to British basketball, and great to see them going head-to-head tonight.
Well, Kareem Quilly there, you can see, also recovering from his knee injury. Another player, 2-time champion of the FIBA Basketball Champions League, when he played with greats from Brazil such as Vita Benite and also Thaddeus McFadden, another good friend of ours who played for the Georgia national team. But again, a lot of these players coming from a wealth of experience and a plethora of greatness.
Yeah, I really hope Quealy can get some minutes this season. Needs to fulfill that potential.
Lawrence now, under 10 here on the shot clock. Got it by Olasheni. Finding Wang, 5 here on the shot clock. Wang getting rejected. Well, Morgan, again, not allowing him to have that one. Throws the alley-oop, but a blocking foul is going to be called against Andrew Lawrence.
Yeah, and Wang, because the shot clock was running down, was forced to shoot that, but superb extension on the defensive closeout by Morgan, just showing that he's got a lot of facets to his game. He's a big pickup for the London Lions.
Well, Bradley Gabosi, you know, one player I've really tried to assess. The game that I was really impressed with him was in the regular season just after losing to the Cheshire Phoenix in 2022 at the British Basketball League Trophy. They played the Phoenix at home. And my word, one thing I appreciate about this young player, his confidence is undeniable. This young man does not lack any confidence. He will shoot the ball, but he'll also face up and defend any player on the court. He doesn't care who you are. He has got a heart of a lion.
Yeah, and he's already shown some of that in this game by making some nice assists, going to the basket, making some highlight plays, especially with the finger roll that we spoke about. He's coming to the fore. The coach is confident that he can deliver.
Well, final shot here in the first half. Robinson with the ball in his hands, guarded by Taylor, finds Lawrence. 3 is up, no good. The Lions have a bit of time here. Can they push this one? Taylor finds Morgan, goes up. No foul called. Well, Lions bench infuriated as they felt Morgan should be going to the charity stripe. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, it is the London Lions, defending champions, leading by 5 points. We'll be back for the second half in just under 15 minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime action here, 38-33 for the London Lions against Surrey Scorchers. Graham, looking at those statistics right now, one worrying thing, Lions have 10 turnovers already.
Yeah, they're going to want to improve on that. They've got to take care of the ball, and I like the way that Surrey Scorchers are running off those turnovers and trying to get scores down the other end. Couple of misses by Paddy Wang, but you know he's going to click. But the whole team are just playing tough D, deflections, and stopping London Lions from getting easy scores.
Well, Lions already with 8 assists so far, sharing the ball effectively with inside the paint. But, you know, the tail of the first half right now is just identifying this new-look London Lions team. They have to find ways to gel together.
Yeah, Olasheni had a good start with pick and rolls and making some nice plays inside. They need to involve him. I like Morgan as well. And there's Olasheni, just an easy bucket to get things going, to tie it at too early. But Justin Robinson, my goodness, little sideways, back dribble, reverse dribble, and just pulls up for the 2. Then there's some great defense. They get the deflection, but Josh gets blocked. I mean, he's got to maybe make the pass back there. Luke Nelson, of course, we haven't talked much about Luke, but look at that pass. That is a high-level pass from Nelson to Olaseni, 2 British players, but then he's just ice in his veins. Robinson doesn't think about it. Perfect passer, almost perfect pass ahead then. And then London Lions will finish with 2 easy, really, with Nelson. So they're getting very close, and Wang just doesn't seem to have his elevator shoes on today to really get up and finish. And then I like this with Sandy, British players getting involved, no hesitation, knocks down the 3. And then Lawrence, that's tough. We need more from Andrew Lawrence. They can have a really good 1-2 punch with Lawrence and Robinson.
Well, Lawrence is going to have to use leadership, but, you know, another player, Josh Sharma, we've seen him with sparing minutes so far, but, you know, they have a very good coach, Petar Bosic. You know, we're talking about a man who's been 4 years with the Austin Spurs in the NBA G League, won it as a champion as an assistant coach, but he has to find a way to get these players to quit very quickly because, as we mentioned, they've got to defend their treble, but they also have to expand in the Euro Cup this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a big shot by Cooper there to keep the momentum going. And again, I love Wang when he just attacks. Then he's got Sharma in his way. Well, Sharma can't deal with his pace. He gets the bucket with the left-hand finish. And there's Kaboza's confidence. You talked about it, Josh. No fear, straight to the basket with the left hand. And then there's another top play there from Lions.
Well, one of the key differences between, I've noticed, these two teams is, you know, Lions have 10 turnovers already, but, you know, Lions, what they do a better job of is converting Surrey turnovers into transition points.
Yeah, and that's what Scorchers have got to keep trying to do because they're forcing enough turnovers and get the scores on the other end. London Lions, they're in the lead, but 5-point deficit. Lloyd Gardner will be really happy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you some highlights from our opening game between the Newcastle Eagles and the Sheffield Sharks that took place a few days ago.
Beautiful head fake, up and under with a spin, and 1 for the Eagles. Ricky McGill, lightning quick on the baseline.
McGill, beautiful finish.
Passing lane disrupted, and another steal, this time for the Sharks. Highlight real time, and a throwdown. 2-point game now as Sheffield trying to get their offense rolling. Do they get it from the outside? Yes, they do. And here come the Eagles looking to capitalize on this. Beautiful, leave it for him, and he will deliver.
Rocks the rim, Taj Green, what we know him for, the highlights.
Pipkins now. He finds space, push off, and the foul.
Boy, oh boy.
Shot clock now down to 5. Drive inside out. Ratino left open for the 3. Buries it. Bang. Tell you what, this is not something you want to do in the backcourt, is dribble too much. This team lives off this, and a nice job of defense. Beautiful drive to the lane, and 1. Ricky McGill, wow.
McGill, nice finish at the glass.
Larry Austin now pushing the pace inside. Deep range 3. Count it.
Will Neighbor
Oh, right down the lane. Defense comes, not soon enough. Terrell Allen with a huge bucket for the visiting Sharks. Shot clock still at 9. Beautiful alley-oop, and there you go. First highlight of the night as Taj Green delivers.
My, oh my, look at this.
Boom.
Sheffield Sharks falling apart.
British Basketball League is back, and it's the Newcastle Eagles that come from behind and get the victory.
Here's Stevens for the Knicks. Back to White. Head fake on the 3. Resets himself. Skylar White knocks down the triple. Here's Leicester in transition, and Thomas with the two-handed throwdown.
Wow, one shot can turn your fortunes around.
Zillow with the 3, and he gets a foul as well. Walker now going to fire up the 3, and he strings it. Here's Skylar White again from behind the arc. He's unconscious. White gets his hands on the pass and deflects it away. Rice slowing it down. That will count. He'll go to the line for a bonus.
That's an incredible move.
Bowman into the key. Kicked out to Pinson. He strings a 3.
Big play there, and that's a 5-point swing.
Trying to get one last score for Leicester, forcing his way to the basket and gets it away and in off the buzzer. That's going to be a... Oh! What a finish that is from Holden. Through the contact, and he hooks it in.
Cam Holden.
Skylar White. And Skylar White, for the first time, has made 6 3-pointers in a game. And Maceo Jack trying to catch him up with his 5th 3 of the game. Holden finding White. Make that 7 for Skylar White.
Goodness me.
An absolutely dominant victory by the Cheshire Phoenix as time runs down and expires. They have won this game and won this game comfortably, 84 to 110 points.
Welcome back, Basel fans. Second half about to get underway between the London Lions and the Surrey Scorchers, where the Lions have a 38-33 lead. Well, hi, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside Graham Hiscock. Graham, so far, Lions, we mentioned, just taking time to really get to know each other. New look team with a new coach.
Yeah, they looked as though they're going to blow the game open and really get a commanding lead. But Surrey Scorchers has been able to stay with them, but they still got so many talented players. And I really like Kaboza. He's been really forceful and playing with lots of confidence. And Tariq Phillip as well. They've got so many good guards, good playmakers that can cause a lot of problems for Scorchers.
Well, Lions currently shooting just under 70% from inside the rainbow. Only 2 3-pointers so far, and being 2 out of 7. But, you know, with an experienced coach like Peter Bosch, as we mentioned, 4 years. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's big game will be between the Manchester Giants and the Caledonia Gladiators. That will tip off at 6 p.m. on the live YouTube of the British Basketball League. And next week, the big game on Sky Sports will be between the London Lions and the Caledonia Gladiators. And many looking at this matchup to be probably a top 2. But now we're going to look at some of the key highlights. Well, no, we're not going to look at the highlights, excuse me. But, ladies and gentlemen, going back to that game, of course, Lions versus Gladiators next week on Sky. That is potentially a top-of-the-table clash.
Yeah, Gladiators are trending in the right direction from both their men's team and the women's team in the top league here in the country. And they're going to really have an indication from watching the London Lions playing Scorchers today that the London Lions, this is without Sandecker, of course, they can be played against. You can stay with them. You've just got to rebound. I think that really good stretch that Scorchers just had, especially with Paddy at Wang, only give London Lions one shot. Don't give them that second shot. Get out in transition and finish your transition opportunities.
Well, Lions coming back with a similar starting line. Paddy at Wang didn't start for the Scorchers, but he will be coming off the bench. But, you know, it's good to see him recovering from his knee surgery that he had over the summer. Didn't feature for South Sudan. No, you know, there was a historic time for South Sudan basketball qualifying for the 2024 Olympics. But nonetheless, still a very exciting player.
Yeah, and he's just been fantastic for Surrey Scorchers. Their player of the year last year, fan favourite for sure, and a favourite for a lot of us.
Well, Saquon Jameson knocking over Tariq Phillip. No foul called, but Gooden just able to secure the ball baseline. So we'll be possession tilt to the Scorchers.
Just one thing, Josh, I like with the London Lions, all of their players that have been on the floor have scored. So they are sharing the ball, as you've indicated, and everybody's getting a touch, everyone's getting an opportunity to score. They've just got to take care of these turnovers.
Well, only 5 assists for the Scorchers, but 8 coming from the London Lions. And again, it's a testament to, as you mentioned, how talented this team is. Lions, we mentioned, already 10 turnovers in the game. But, you know, the 6 turnovers we've seen from the Surrey Scorchers, Lions, one thing they're very good at, and that's down to Peter Bosch's coaching, is converting those turnovers into transition points. Well, good now, split the defense. Lance Jameson, too strong off the backboard. Big rebound secured by Tariq Phillip. GB General Luke Nelson currently in the backcourt along with Phillip. Going in the lane again, Olasheni looking like his usual self when he played with Darren Shafika.
Yeah, that was a great play. A pass into the right-hand corner, screen set on Olasheni's defender, an easy score for Gabe.
Well, Mohammed goes for a 3-point again. The Scorchers really have struggled from the perimeter this evening. Well, Lions currently with Gabe Olasheni, Connor Morgan, Luke Nelson, Tariq Phillip, and Dante Grantham currently on the floor. But Olasheni getting his own rebound. Oh, he fills up the stat sheet there, gets a rebound and a bucket.
Yeah, too big and too strong and too easy to get in the post. They've got to try and disrupt the passes into the post. Otherwise, it could be a long rest of the night for Coach Lloyd Gardner.
Well, Olasheni getting a warning from the referee to leave the basketball as it went into the basket. 9-point lead again to the Lions. Still turning it over. Lions unable to secure it, so will be a baseline possession to Surrey. Well, Josh Still, of course, coming from Barking Abbey. He was under Lloyd Gardner, you know, coaching with the great Mark Clark, but also went to Duquesne University and also played for Lloyd Gardner and Manchester Giants for a season. So, you know, very accustomed to how his teams want to be laid out. Robinson finding good and goes for a deep three. And again, nothing dropping. Jameson to the offensive board. And again, somehow, some way, just finds it at the bottom of the net.
Yeah, he's going to really get the fans warming to him with that sort of play. Great offensive rebound and gets it to go off the glass.
Well, trying to find the ball down the lane. Morgan trying to post up. Well, yeah, too easy there for Morgan. Again, no double team coming, Graham, whatsoever.
Yeah, Olasheney last time. This time Morgan, too big, too strong for the Scorchers.
Well, Scorchers need to find a bit of rhythm here collectively. At the moment, the offense very static. Trying to get the spacing. Robinson trying to go pick and roll with Jameson. Back to the big man. Big man now has got to take the mid-range. Puts it up. Just can't get it.
Yeah, Jameson didn't look too comfortable taking that jump shot, but he had to. Wide open with the shot clock running down.
Well, deep three coming up, no good. Lions again at times failing to take advantage to extend this back to a double-digit lead. Can Surrey muster something from this offense? Good and down the middle, makes a bit of contact, goes in, showing no fear, and taking Luke Nelson right to the bucket.
Yeah, I think quick, decisive decisions from Surrey Scorchers. Good and gets all the way to the bucket.
7 points of separation. Nelson going away, getting the and one, and the GB General looking like the GB Iceman. Well, go back to that historic moment when Great Britain qualified for the FIBA Eurobasket. The great Jeff Taylor called that game, and it was that man, Luke Nelson, went in for a deja vu moment, a similar finger roll that sent Germany, they were hosting the Eurobasket, but, you know, sent them into the locker rooms very early.
Yeah, left-hand finish. He's so technically correct, such an athlete, such a pedigree as a basketball player. Again, another Brit that's gone away, played in Europe, played for the national team, of course, and now come back home playing for London Lions, and we're very glad to have him here in the British Basketball League.
Well, prior to coming to the Lions, was playing in the French Pro Island B for Le Portel. Having played against some of the key players like Villeban, or key teams, excuse me.
Can you say that pronunciation again?
Le Portel.
Merci, merci.
Well, my French is not as good as yours for sure, but well, good and out, trying to isolate, going baseline, bit of contact, goes up, can't get it. Jameson, another off, it gets rejected. Well, look at the denial coming out. Well, again, when you come into the house of Dante Grantham, Grantham, good rim protection. Jameson thinks about it. Grantham says, not in my house, get out of here.
Yeah, he was maybe just a little bit slow on the uptake there, Jameson. He should have just caught that and gone straight up. Maybe Grantham wouldn't have been able to make the block, but wow, great rim protection from Olasheney, Morgan, and now Grantham.
Well, they can see player and coach spending time at academy level with the Manchester Giants and now with the Surrey Scorchers. Still having a lot of respect for the great Lloyd Gardner. As now Morgan struggle from the perimeter, still can't get it to drop. Back into the game for the Scorchers.
I think sitting next to Lloyd is Mark Dunning.
Yes, joining his assistant coaching staff, something that has been a huge step up for the Scorchers. Back to a play, finding Wang. Got it by Nelson. Wang now kicking out, finding Teo Gadembe. Corner three is up, and it's good. Well, Teo Gadembe, the only player for the Surrey Scorchers that defeated the Lions back on the 1st of January in 2022.
Big time shot. I did the game here when they beat the Gladiators in an inspired game. It was unbelievable. And he had 25 points that night, could not miss. And it's the first time he's really come in and had an offensive chance, and he knocks it down, Josh.
Well, Teo Gadembe first joined the Surrey Scorchers back in 2008-09 when he was playing alongside the great Mike Martin, Dean Williams, coached by Paul James. Back then they were known as Guildford Heat. Has played for other teams in the British Basketball League. 7-point lead now. Robinson coming off the screen. Finding Jameson. Well, Jameson had the mismatch, went for the fadeaway, and again, a poor offense there from the Scorchers. Graham, you can see only 2 3-point field goals coming for the Scorchers as Olasheni the paints. And again, the Gabe Olasheni-esque. I don't know what we call that one.
But again, he just waits on the free throw line. The defense helps off him, and he's wide open for that little jump shot.
Robinson finding Wang. Wang trying to isolate. Look at Demi pump fakes. Goes for another one. Shot is up and way off on this one. Well, Grantham doing a good job of securing the rebound. Trying to push this for the Lions. Lions leading by 7 points. Maybe looking to extend this to a 10-point lead if they go for another 3-pointer. Time winding down for Nelson. Well, tries to lob down to Morgan. Good hands by Justin Robinson. And now with 2.6 here on the shot clock, it's going to be Lions ball on the baseline.
But you can see just the nightmare of matchups.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, dead ball situation. We're going to have a TV timeout as these two teams will have a bit of time to talk it over as we go for a break. Well, Matt, who's only 2 rebounds away from a double-double, Gabe Olasheni. Again, it's been a great debut for him so far in the British Basketball League. But yeah, we're talking about a man after his days at the University of Iowa, playing pro basketball at the highest level in Germany, Turkey, Italy, goes for a 3. Well, almost got it. But again, the offensive board going in favor to Tarek Phillip. And again, Graham, Surrey had the last donut, but nobody called box out.
No, you've got to box out. You've got their biggest player shooting the 3 because he has to, because the shot clock's running down. They don't secure the defensive rebound.
Well, 9 offensive rebounds here for Surrey as Lawrence tries to go for the mid-range. Can't capitalize. A blocking foul is going to be called against Andrew Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence was just there a touch late on the defensive effort. But Olasheni, he's just so smooth, very efficient, very rarely shoots 3s. That was out of needing to, but all his damage is done rebounding and 2-point shots.
Well, 11-point lead here for the Lions. Petar Božić, again, will be relatively happy with how his team's responded here in the 3rd quarter. But there's definitely a lot of improvement. Wang down the middle. Wang goes up and count it. Oh, no. It's going to be an offensive foul. Good defense coming from Kieran Sandy.
Yeah, that's great and really brave defense because Wang was going downhill, full speed. He was going to crush it. And it was very marginal, Josh. But the referees have deemed it an offensive foul. Now Wang is on 3 fouls. I believe decision time for Lloyd Gardner.
Well, that is the right decision by the referee. As you said, the margin was so tiny, but you know, Kieran Sandy just outside of the restricted zone. Well, Edward Udansky, Josh Bowe, and Matthew Lloyd are 3 referees, and we're very proud to say that we have some of the finest here. Alley-oop time, and Sharma unable to connect with it. Well, maybe we should talk about the referees more. We might get an exciting play like that again.
I don't think Coach Bocic would be too happy with that. He just got his body angle a bit wrong. Sharma, he'd be annoyed. That's something he'd normally just take care of, no problem.
Baseline, kick it out to Taylor. Lions looking to extend it, 11-point lead, and finally, Morgan lets it fly. And now Lloyd Gardner is probably going to call timeout as he wants to talk it over. Biggest lead of the game here for the defending champions, a 14-point deficit. Morgan maybe finding his rhythm, Graham.
Yeah, great pickup for London Lions, Morgan. It now gives them size on the inside with help on defense, but then he can stretch the floor, quick release, great movement of the ball all the way round the three-point arc. There's no way Surrey Scorchers could deny Morgan that three-pointer.
Well, Morgan, of course, was very much a spot-up shooter last season when he played for Batchelor College, also when he played for Badalona. But again, he's going to have to play a very big role for the Lions when they go into their Euro Cup and also their title defense campaign here in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, he's a heavy scorer in some of the best leagues in the world, in the Turkish First Division, and he's just ready to shoot. Teo can't get out to him, and because of his size, 6'9", he is going to be a real problem from behind the arc as well as around the bucket.
Well, as we mentioned, Petar Božić, 8 seasons played for the great Partizan, played in EuroLeague campaigns, but also played in the Eternal Derby, which is probably one of the most hostile and passionate rivalries in international basketball. Partizan and Crvena Zvezda, Red Star Belgrade. Again, whenever I meet him, I want to talk about what it's like to be in that atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, what experience to bring to the London Lions. And again, it's the pedigree that they want to bring in, whether it's players or coaches, players that have done it, that are comfortable in that top European environment. And Petar Božić is certainly that.
Well, Jordan Hunt back in the game, the New Zealand international. Wang going in the lane now. Wang goes up, and the foul has been drawn. I'm not sure they called the foul on. I think it's not going to be on Sharma. I think there was the defender in the restricted zone, I believe, but I have to see the replay of that one.
Yeah, again, Wang uses the screen from Hunt, goes round, gets past Sharma. Sharma's trying to recover, and he blocks him from behind.
Well, I think the foul's on Kaboza, I believe.
Yeah. But Wang just causing all sorts of issues, and again, knocking down the free throws for the Scorchers.
Well, Padilla Wang played his university basketball in NCAA Division II at the University of Colorado and Colorado Springs, but started his pro career with Bayern Giants Lubrication Pro A in Germany, and also played a season in Portugal before coming to Surrey Scorchers last year. Well, you see Wang, Lawrence, Hunt, Teoga Demby, and Cooper currently on the floor here for the Scorchers, and at the moment, Morgan, back-to-back field goals. He's feeling the confidence, Graham.
Yeah, he can score from anywhere on the floor. That's a big-time fadeaway off one leg.
Well, finds Hunt goes in, and the big man will go to the free throw line. New Zealand international foul is going to be against Jordan Taylor.
Taylor looks to be in discomfort, but nice screen. And then he rolls, gets the pass back. Nice bounce pass into the pocket. And a really hard contact between Taylor and Hunt. And Hunt's going to go to the line. He struggled today. He had that wide open shot under the basket earlier when he fumbled it. The ball slipped out of his hands. So let's see if he can knock these free throws down. Surrey Scorchers will be desperate for him to be really getting into the flow of things here.
Jordan Taylor comes out after fouling Jordan Hunt.
Well, Jordan Hunt currently the free throw line here. As we mentioned, played for New Zealand at the 2022 FIBA Asia Cup that was hosted in Indonesia in the semi-finals. He was a joint top scorer with Timbers, 16 points, where they lost by 9 points to Australia. But it wasn't over then. He finished with a bronze medal at the FIBA Asia Cup. I mean, that's quite a high achievement to achieve as a player.
Yeah, and to be part of this team, the Tall Blacks, showing out well at the World Cup as well recently in the Philippines. He's obviously a high-level player, but it's going to take him a little bit of time to acclimatise to the British Basketball League.
And Jordan Hunt's international New Zealand coach, a former British Basketball League legend, Piero Cameron, who played for the former Cheshire Phoenix team, the Chester Jets. So again, the connection with the British Basketball League. Sharma fumbling this one. Hunt with the steal. Right now in transition. Finds Lawrence. Well, can they get something going for the perimeter? 3 is up. And finally getting it to drop. And that's much better for the Scorchers.
Yeah, nice transition. Find the open shooter and just knocks it down on the trail.
Well, that is the 5th three-point field goal for the Surrey Scorchers. Tries a lob again to Sharma. Sharma unable to capitalize. Another turnover for the Lions. Surrey doing a good job of condensing the paint every time Sharma goes to that pick and roll with Luke Nelson.
Yeah, Jordan Hunt did a really nice job there. Made himself big, stretched up, just got a deflection to stop Sharma coming in from behind. That's much better. And look at this simple pass from Paddy at Wang. Sometimes the simple things, it's enough.
Well, Quinn Cooper hit the three-pointer at the end of the first quarter for Surrey. If he gets things going for the perimeter, this could do their confidence. A lot of good goes for another 3. One was on target. Wang gets a rebound. Hunt thinks about going for it. Well, Lawrence was wide open for the back door. Time winding down now. Hunt's got to post up, spins out, goes baseline, gets rejected. Well, they got to shoot it. Lawrence and the shot clock. Oh my goodness. Well, again, they're almost looking like they're going in, but they're not dropping.
And that's tough defense from Sharma. Hunt's got to bring something a bit better and a bit stronger than that if he's going to the hoop.
Lions going to their dribble handoff. Kaboza going back to the bull screen, almost turning it over. Sandy's made 1 3, but can't get this. Wang comes up with a loose ball. That's going to be a foul against Josh Sharma. That's a bit concerning there because the way that Wang went down, it was definitely from the side, and he has recovered from a knee injury.
Yeah, both coaches would love to see that though. Both teams hustling for the loose ball, trying to pick it up. There's Coach Lloyd Gardner he's got to look at Lloyd as he's doing the best he can with the players that he's got, and he really wants to push on. Paddy Wang's got to have to come out now.
Well, top scorer Gable Asheni with 12 points. Morgan following up on 9. It's been a collective effort so far here from the Lions. Only 11-point deficit. Well, Cooper made 1 3, was made 2 3 so far, but can't get this one.
There's another defended 3 from Cooper.
Well, Lions so far, 31 defensive rebounds. Surrey only with 17. Well, Sandy going in the lane, can't get it, but another offensive board here for the Lions. Branton goes for a threat again. He knocks that one down, extending it back to a 14-point deficit.
Now that's going to hurt Surrey Scorchers. Another offensive rebound, correcting all mistakes. Grantham knocks down the 3.
Morgan Demi goes for a quick one. A good response there by the captain. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's just awesome by Teo. Just casual as you like, just elevates, knock down the 3 from the corner. But they can't trade baskets, Josh. They've got to get a stop.
6 3-pointer, 1 second difference between game and shot clock. Taylor got it by Gooden. Well, Taylor turning it over, no, keeps the line. Well, it's got to be a traveling violation, surely. Well, Grantham again, are you kidding me? Well, this guy has come ready to play. Well, he is showing no fear, no mercy whatsoever. Well, again, Teo Gadembi failing to close him out.
Yeah, that's really big play from Dante. He has shown his blocks and now he's shown his 3s.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just under 2 minutes for the 4th quarter. Welcome back, Basel fans. Currently a 62-48 lead to the London Lions against Surrey Scorchers. Well, fourth game of the opening weekend of the 2023-24 British Basel League season. The Lions now looking to extend their lead. Lashani draws a foul. It's going to be on the ground. Oh, good game so far. One rebound away, Graham, from that double-double.
Yeah, and again, deep position from Olashani. Once he catches it that close to the hoop, there's no way Scorchers can defend him. It's been a problem all night trying to guard him and Morgan, whether they're on the inside. Certainly for Olashani and Morgan being able to step out, but what a pickup for London Lions. Such a storied career, Olashani, around Europe and college for the GB national team, ever present, and now he's back where he belongs, playing for London Lions.
You know, it was almost a talking point that he could have made it to the NBA. If you go to the summer 2015 when he played in the summer league for the Miami Heat, he played 5 games, averaging just under 10 points and under 5 rebounds. But, you know, as you mentioned, he really has found a home for himself in Europe and over the last decade. But it's great to see such a great British talent currently playing in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, I mean, born in Plaistow, Walthamstow, so close to where London Lions are now have their home at the Copper Box.
Well, Mohammed comes up with a rebound. Has to beat the 8-second violation, but he turns it over. Again, poor play by the Scorchers. Phillip goes up in the follow-up. And at the moment, Surrey, deja vu like we saw it last season. Fourth quarter, you know, really did become an Achilles heel for this team.
Yeah, Grantham has been an absolute nightmare for Surrey Scorchers. Offensive rebound, put back, pulling on more pain for the Scorchers.
Well, Gooden now going up for a tough one in the lane. I don't know if he shot that one or if he pushed the default button on Xbox, but went in with a one-handed floater, I think.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Really decisive, quick decisions before the defense is set, able to get it to go.
Surrey just shooting over 30% from the field. Oh, good hustle here from Gooden. That's going to be a kickball violation, I believe, so Surrey will get it back. 15-point deficit, 8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, it's a super hustle from both teams, showing how much they want it. Every possession counts.
So it's going to be a 24 reset here for Surrey. They'll get it back. But, you know, a lot to think about for Coach Petar Božić. But, you know, having coached in Europe and then going to the G League, you know, almost coming to a third different kind of style of basketball here in the British Basketball League. I mean, it's always great to have a Serbian coaching here. But, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's game between Manchester Giants and the Caledonia Gladiators will tip off at 6 p.m. on the official platform of the British Basketball League on YouTube. But next week, the big game on Sky Sports will be London Lions as they will host the Caledonia Gladiators. That's going to be a true clash of titans.
Yeah, a lot of build up to that game on Sky Sports. I suggest you don't miss it. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be unbeatable.
Well, can Surrey muster something from this offense? Good to look for options. Finds Mohammed. Well, goes for another quick three. It's up and again, no good.
And again, contested. It's difficult to shoot over these outstretched arms of the long defenders of London Lions.
We'll go for another step back three in there. Well, Lashani could have got his double-double there, but unable to secure the rebound. Surrey again, can they secure something? Bit of contact goes up. Foul is going to be called against Bradley Caboza, and a technical is going to be called. I think that's going to be a bench technical against London Lions. So Surrey are going to get 3 free throws coming up.
I think Olasheni wasn't happy that he didn't get a foul called on the offensive rebound attempt, and then that's called on Caboza, which it looked like a foul, and frustration for London Lions. This could be a big moment. Clock stops. If they can make these free throws, which Cooper does at the front end of it, it could change the game.
Well, our referee, Ed Udansky, is one of the best in the British Basketball League, a Euro League caliber referee. But, you know, that question I'd have to ask you, what else is Bradley Caboza got to do? He's got hands up. He's not really going into it. I mean, that's tough for Bradley Caboza.
Unless the referees deem that as the shooter's coming down, that Caboza's in his space. They really are being hot this season on that sort of play. You've got to let the shooter come down safely onto the floor.
Well, if he makes this free throw, it's going to be a 3-point play here for the Scorchers. This could potentially cut it down to 8. No, he can't get it. Free throws have been an issue now for Surrey. Point deficit goes up. Good defense by Padilla Wang. Can Surrey chip into the deficit? Well, good at turning it over, and again, a costly play by Surrey. Well, Lions don't need to rush anything. They have a 13-point lead. Just need to slow the tempo down. Try to wear Surrey's defense. Now they got Olasheni. Got it by Jameson. Draws a contact. It's on the ground, so it will be a baseline ball coming up for the London Lions.
Tough night for Jameson against Olasheni, trying to guard him in the post. As we look at the field goals, 31% from the field for Scorchers, 53%. They've made eight more field goals, London Lions.
Oh, what's interesting about these two teams, they've also both missed 7 free throws each. In Lions' case, you make all 7 free throws, this game could be done and dusted. For Surrey, if you make all 7, you're right back in it. But again, Tariq Phillip from the mid-range.
Yeah, he is smooth as silk. That was beautiful. Step back, creating space, and in rhythm, knocked down the jump shot. He is a massive inclusion. And if he can have a really healthy season, Josh, that's going to help him, and it's going to help GB as well.
Well, it's going to be a big time for Great Britain basketball when we come to February for the first window of the FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers. And as you mentioned, he was probably the one player they needed in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers that could have helped them extend from their opening victory against Greece back in Newcastle. That's got to be an unsportsmanlike, surely. Well, Phillip made no attempt to play the ball in that play.
Yeah, Justin Robinson, every time he comes on the floor, he is a problem. So he's just waiting for Tariq Phillip to try and swipe for the ball, which he did, and he got the foul.
Well, I'd say Tariq Phillip is probably a very lucky player there that the officials did not upgrade that to unsportsmanlike.
So you think that's maybe too physical? He's not making a complete basketball play there?
Well, you think about all the international basketball we've covered, you could see that call getting, you know, very much a trigger-happy call. There's no genuine attempt to play the basketball, but Robinson going baseline, kicking out and turning it over. Well, costly turnover there for Surrey, trailing by 15 with 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Robinson got so deep into the key, but he's surrounded by bigs. Tried to kick it out and just passed it straight into about the 4th or 5th row.
Can Lions extend on the lead? Remember, they won the treble last season, the first time in their history. Well, Phillips slicing and dicing the defense and going in with a reverse layup.
That is really nice play. Reverse layup with the left hand. Kids, are you watching? That's fundamentally sound play from Phillip.
Well, Surrey needs something from this offense. Mohammed, given time and space, takes a 3, and that's way off the mark, and a foul is going to be called against Padilla Wang. Lions now sensing that they have control of this game with 6:30 to go. Remember, the last time Surrey defeated London Lions was on the 1st of January in 2022. As we mentioned, Justin Robinson was playing for the Pride that day, only scoring 8 points. Dirk Williams top scoring that day with 23, but it was Surrey left with a 1-point victory. Now, looking at this Lions squad from last season, what do you think are going to be the key differences in that build-up for the Euro Cup and also defending their treble in the British Basketball League?
Well, Gabriel Olasheni's massive. They've got Morgan. He knows how to operate. Tariq Phillip is fit and causing issues, even though he's missed that shot. And Luke Nelson, I want to see another massive season from Luke Nelson.
We'll still go for a deep 3 again. Good closeout by Kieran Sandy. Lions transition defense making it almost impossible for Surrey. Well, Morgan's surely going to get called for the offensive foul. We'll throw in Justin Robinson right to the ground. I don't think Justin Robinson did appreciate that play too much.
That's a big on a guard, and that might have been a little bit of a heavy foul. But again, London Lions, I like the fact that they are pushing the ball ahead and the bigs are running right to the basket to just catch and finish and score as quick as they can.
Well, we got a timeout now. These two teams want to talk it over. Again, Petar Božić looking to get his first victory in his debut game as a coach here in the British Basketball League for the Lions. But also good to see British Basketball League legend Robert Youngblood also back in the assistant coaching role for this team.
Yeah, I think a lot of continuity. I remember playing against Robert back in the day, and such a tough competitor, really good player, has done a lot of coaching, done a lot for British basketball, and he's kept in the sport. He's made it his home, his second home, if you like, and I'm sure he's a big ally for Petar Božić.
Well, Petar Božić, as we mentioned, born in Belgrade, back in the former Yugoslavia in 1978. Well, his accolades will play a 5-time ABBA League champion for 2007 to 11, also 8-time Serbian League champion and 5-time Serbian Cup champion. Also, we mentioned winning the NBA G League as a champion in 2018 and also Serbian League champion as an assistant coach in 2014. Those accolades don't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, he's got all the credentials that London Lions need to get to the next level. But that was great being able to hear the coaches getting them mic'd up so we can hear what they're saying as well in these timeouts. I think that's really key for us and for the viewers to hear these great coaches setting up these plays and the sort of things that they're saying to their players.
Well, 17-point lead to London Lions. Robinson now finding Jordan Hunt. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Got it by Morgan, puts a double crossover. Wang in the corner, thought about taking the three. Hunt under the basket and getting rejected. Oh, good defense, 24-second violation. Oh, Gabe Olasheni might have to run for Prime Minister with his rim protection. Well, the PM inside the paint. Look at this, Graham. Get out of here, not welcome.
Yeah, great defense from Luke Nelson again, so Wang couldn't get the three off in the corner, and then Olasheni is just waiting. I think the teams, when they come up against Olasheni, they're going to have to do something different. They just can't go up and make a shot. They're going to have to make some sort of up fake, some sort of up and under, get him out of the play, because otherwise he's just going to have a block party.
Well, another foul is going to be called against Padilla Wang. Well, it's interesting. I don't think I remember seeing Gabe Olasheni without a bid. I think from the first year we called him for Dinamo Sassari in the Basketball Champions League, I think he's always had that bid. But again, good luck nonetheless.
Yeah, new season, new look. And there's Wang.
Well, Lions now with momentum, but again, they're going to turn it over. A poor entry pass coming from Luke Nelson. Those two teammates for Great Britain went through the battles of the FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers, defeating Germany twice. Also, big victory against Montenegro, but again, a 20-point victory against France. I mean, that was monumental.
Yeah, that was just really put GB on the map, and it just shows when they get all their players together, things go right. And that went right there.
Josh Still killing the screen and taking the three-pointer. Exactly what Surrey needed. If they're going to make the comeback, they got to make it now.
Yeah, it's the first time Josh has got wide open, he knocks it down.
Oh, again, poor help side defense. Saikon Jameson allowing Tarek Phillips to go straight to the bucket off the pick and roll. Gonna try no double dribble. Oh, again, costly turnovers coming here for the Surrey Scorchers. It looks like we're gonna have a TV timeout now as these two teams are gonna talk it over. Welcome back, Basel fans. Final TV timeout here as we're in the final 4 minutes and 45 seconds. London Lions currently leading by 16 points at 71-55. Well, sorry again, just trying to salvage anything. I mean, a comeback's not impossible, but gonna have to get stops here on defense. Jameson securing the rebound. Now, Graham, they're gonna do the comeback. It's gotta be every possession now. Well, that's Gooden down the middle. Gooden splits the defense. Can't get us in. Jameson with a follow-up. And that's what they need there. Second chances. Cutting it down to 14 points.
Yeah, Saquon Jameson just getting after every rebound. You've got to love his effort. And another 2 points closer for the Surrey Scorchers.
Well, Lions can't blow this game away. Nelson down the middle. Switches hands. Yeah, beautiful move there by the GB General.
That is just poetry in motion. He makes it look so simple, and that wasn't. He goes up, finishes with the left hand. Really nice touch off the glass.
Extending it back to a 16-point ball game. Well, sorry, one thing that, you know, they did have more offensive rebounds at one point. Is Gooden makes the contact. He'll go back to the charity stripe. You know, Surrey at times, they have, you know, in the first half, they did a relatively good job of taking care of the ball, but, you know, at times they have looked very vulnerable in their backcourt.
Yeah, some of it is the pressure of London Lions, but just sometimes it just might be a lack of concentration, bit of fatigue. Playing against London Lions, you're under pressure pretty much the whole game. And this team, even though there's some new pieces for Lions, it's still the same ethos. They're still going to just push you and try and wear you down.
Well, Lions have made only 5 3-pointers. Surrey have made 7. Surrey have attempted 33-point field goals tonight. 7 out of 30. You got to think there's something they have to. I mean, what is it? Is it creating high percentage looks? Is it getting looks in transition? What do they need to do to convert those 3-pointers?
Yeah, some of those 3-pointers, they're really coming quick in the offense, maybe too quick when there's no rebounders there either, and there hasn't been any ball rotation. But if they can pass the ball and make the extra pass, like the Josh Steele one, he got wide open, he makes it. The ones where they got a hand in their face, it's really tough. Justin Robinson, I know, doesn't see a bad shot, you know that. But if they can get some more open ones, it may just get the shots later in the shot clock.
We'll try and find Sharma. Has a mismatch in the post. A foul has been committed, so it's going to be a shooting foul. So Sharma Airlines will go to the free throw line here. The foul is going to be against Quinn Cooper.
There's so many times tonight when they've switched, whether it's off a screen or just rotating, the bigs of London Lions, Sharma, Olaseni and Morgan, to an extent, they just got such a size advantage over Surrey Scorchers.
Already 6 points and 3 rebounds, but, you know, relatively minimal minutes here for Josh Sharma, which we're used to seeing him. But, you know, this is going to be a thing about London Lions. They have to balance their squad because the Euro Cup campaign, it's every week. I mean, it's about 20-odd games. That's a lot of basketball going to play this year.
Yeah, and they can't always have Sharma and Olaseni on the court at the same time. They may do it occasionally. A lot of the time, Sharma's going to be spelling Olaseni, so his minutes will be down.
The Lions extend the lead now. An illegal screen is going to be set. Oh, good, and try to put Sharma. Oh no, it wasn't a legal screen. Excuse me. So
that's a highlight play that wasn't actually. The whistle had already gone, but my goodness. Again, that's Sharma sending out a message. You're not getting anything easy, whether it's going to count or not.
Oh, he almost committed a crime on that one. I mean, look at this. Well, the foul was on Morgan, but well, you can't fool the confidence.
I really like Gooden. He's got himself under control. He's picking his moments to attack the basket. And Josh Steele, well, Surrey Scorchers need some big things from Josh. He had some problems earlier in the game, made the 3, and now knocking down the free throws. Such a good guy, Josh Steele. I coached with him at the Harlow Hawks camp in the summer. He knows where he came from. You know, so much respect for Coach Shad back at that situation there at Harlow Hawks. And Josh is just a great coach and a great role model for the kids.
Well, Nelson coming down the screen. Kicking out to Caboza in the corner. 3's wide open at Bradley Caboza.
Wow.
Put in a Cabazooka on that one. And he flexes the guns.
Yeah, we will be calling you Bradley. No, don't you worry. You keep knocking those shots down.
Well, Cooper unable to capitalize. Lions now with a 17-point lead. 2:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Defending champions Remember, as we said, only losing one of their last 10 opening games in the British Basketball League, and that was against the Newcastle Eagles in the 2020-21 regular season, as Sharma goes for a triple. That's going to be Lions ball on the baseline.
Again, frustration for Scorchers. Sharma takes the three, so that's their big beyond the three-point line. They still can't retain possession or try and get that defensive rebound to spark their transition.
Well, Morgan, corner three, rolls its way in and out, can't get it. Well, it's going to be a consolation now for Scorchers. Cooper goes for another triple to corner. Again, just not dropping it. Offensive rebounds falling here for the Scorchers. Well, one thing they have done a good job of, Graham, as we mentioned, is getting those offensive boards. Now Jordan Hunt with the three-pointers just not dropping.
Yeah, that was wide open. Jordan Hunt, he's got that slightly straight leg style of shooting. He really relies on his timing.
Well, Morgan sets in the mismatch here, guarded by Josh Still. Foul has been going to call an offensive foul. Well, Morgan thinks he's got an and-one, but that's an interesting decision, Graham. What do you make of that one?
Well, I think that was really good effort by Josh Still, just staying in front, not reaching, keeping his hands up. And in the end, Morgan got a little bit frustrated because he couldn't get exactly to where he wanted to get to. Offensive foul called.
Well, timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over. As we'll be back momentarily. Interesting now with under 2 minutes to go here, Graham. You know, it's very difficult to see Surrey making the ultimate comeback with this time, but you know, what are some things that this team can work on here? It's opening game, they're up against the defending champions. What should be their mindset coming out of this timeout?
Well, each player finding their role, not just standing around. When you got the likes of Paddy at Wayne, don't just leave it all on the likes of Paddy. They look their best when they are sharing the ball. Justin Robinson's had some great plays. Lawrence, I really like Gooden as well. So they've got some nice pieces in this team, but London Lions are they are going to be top of the tree. They are going to be right at the top of the league. So this is just keep going, don't give up, keep sharing the ball, take good three-pointers. Again, Cooper took that three-pointer really quick early in the offense. If they don't make it, London Lions can then run out.
Well, currently joint top scorer for the London Lions, along with Tariq Phillip, 13 points, 10 rebounds. The double-double has been given to the GB center, Gabriel Olasheni, but you know, as expected, when you have such a talented team, you know, Lions aren't going to win every game by 20, 30 points. We saw that last season. There needs to be a gelling period because it is a new team. There are new players, a new coach. I'm pretty sure at some point in the season they are going to go on that, you know, on that steamroll of just walking over games.
Yeah, they lost 4 games last season. It wasn't all their own way, and losing in the trophy to Gladiators, but that's what I'm talking about. That was just, they never got control of that offense. The pass was slightly wild. Robinson was off balance when he tried to make the pass back. Again, it could be fatigue. London Lions are in your face the whole time. And I really like Luke Nelson with his defense. We talk about his offense. He's playing really tough D there in the corner.
Nelson coming off the screen now, throws the lob up. Sharma Airlines, we have takeoff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're booking vacation, you better fly Sharma Airlines. This man, he knows one thing, and that's how to fly. We'll find the three in the corner. Three is up, no good. Robinson with the offensive board, can't get the putback. Sharma Airlines, well, Hunt comes up with it, but another turnover. 19-point lead here to the Lions.
Well, I'm sure we're going to see that play again, but that man there, Luke Nelson, delivered an absolutely pinpoint pass there for that play.
We'll try and get a handoff now. Granham kicks this one out. Time winding down. Nelson catches shoot, goes for a quick three. Good night to all the fans in the capital. London Lions, 22-point lead with just over 40 seconds to go. As Cooper goes for a quick three-pointer, can't get it. Well, Graham, it's been a fantastic display here from the defending champions.
Yeah, they've got into their stride. Luke Nelson with his trademark sort of leaning to the left, split legs, nothing but net, but they are in charge now of this game.
Time winding down here. Sharma looking for a handoff. Finds Granham. Foul has been called. Question is, have they called that an and-one? But foul is going to be called against Quinn Cooper, and again, an unbelievable play as we've seen so far here. Final moments from these Lions players. They have just exemplified. I mean, Josh Sharma, you knew at some point it was coming. Every time he sets that ball screen, well, you can fly premium, economy, business, maybe cargo if you want to fly Sharma Airlines.
Yeah, great timing on that pick and roll. The spacing, the defense couldn't quite get out to the ball, and they couldn't deal with Sharma, and he just elevated, threw it down again. Size matters, and with this London Lions, they got a bit of everything. Great playmakers and good rebounders and really good size.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second difference between game and shot clock. Kaboza happy to just let this one go out. Well, we thank you for joining us here in the Surrey Sports Park. 24-second violation. Well, there is a bit of time left. Well, the players were hoping that there was going to be, well, there's 2.8 seconds left. But ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here at the Surrey Sports Park. London Lions, they win the opening game of the 2023-24 British Basketball League season, 83-61 against the Surrey Scorchers. Graham, defending champions, starting right where they finished from last season.
Yeah, they grew into this game. Surrey Scorchers were going head-to-head with them earlier, but as the game grew and grew, their big players came to the fore, and it was just too much for Surrey Scorchers. London Lions, the team to watch this season.
Well, phenomenal performance, but, you know, I think it's fair to say the most valuable player from this game has been the debut from I want to call him the Prime Minister, because he is just cool as you like. He is an unbelievable player. But Gabe Olasheni finishing with that double-double. What a performance it was for the former Darashafka player. There he is.
Yeah, and that's what they brought him in for. I mean, that's a great smile with his teammates. He's obviously enjoyed his debut back in the British Basketball League, but that's what he's put up, the numbers he's put up in the last few years in Turkey. He's transferred it straight to the league here in Britain.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now let's take a look at the game stats here. As Lions lead with a 22-point victory. But, you know, Graham, what can we say from these statistics in this game?
Well, looking at Lions, 26 from 39. It's just the amount of points they've scored inside. That's the domination of Olasheni, Sharma towards the end. 7 of 21, both teams making 7 free throws. Only 10 of 19 from the line. They want to sharpen that up, London Lions, going forward. 19 assists, 10 more assists than Surrey. Coach Lloyd was a great point guard. He'll be wanting to try and transfer that to his point guards as well, get more assists. 50 rebounds and 17 turnovers for the Lions. Something to take care of there for Coach Bozic.
Well, let's have a look now at some of the key plays from this game. And as we said, London Lions winning this one 83-61. A phenomenal performance by the team that won the treble last season in the British Basketball League. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to go courtside here with Gabe Olasheni, finishing with a double-double of 13 points, 10 rebounds, spending many years abroad, but now returning to the British Basketball League. Gabe, congratulations on a big victory. Talk us through your debut game here in the British Basketball League. How was it for you as a player?
Thanks. Obviously, it's great to get the win. I was just trying to shoot shots I shoot in practice. Nothing too crazy. I think I shot a 3, which isn't part of my game, but yeah, just glad I got the win. Glad I was able to come out here and help my teammates get a first victory of the season.
Now, Gabe, I'm used to seeing you with a beautiful beard and also playing for Darashafka. I spoke to your former teammate, Isaiah Pinheiro, at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. He asked how you're doing, but also he's expected, are we going to see you play for Great Britain again during the FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers?
Definitely, that's the expectation. Obviously, I have a little time to decide. Obviously, it's in February, but playing for the national team is always an honor. Coming to London, one of the reasons I came to London was to play more with the guys like Luke and Tariq, so it's definitely something I want to do, but we have to see what happens in the future. Final
question for you, Gabe. How big is it for you for being, you know, one of the best British basketball players and coming back to play in the British Basketball League?
It means a lot. The league's expanding, it's growing, and I just wanted to be a part of that. Obviously, like I said, I know a lot of the guys on the team. So last year with the development in London, we would talk back and forth during the year, and I just felt it was the right time to come back home and hopefully continue the success they had last season.
Gabe Olasheni, I want to say thank you so much. Congratulations on your double-double, but more importantly, congratulations for the victory for your team.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I hope to speak to you more this season.
Well, that was Gabe Olasheni. And Graham, you know, talk us through the second half. This was just a phenomenal performance from Gabe Olasheni and his teammates.
Yeah, they just grew and grew. That was a really nice 3 from Teo, and we really thought he was going to was going to come forward and wang. It wasn't all one-way traffic for London Lions. It took time for them to, as Sharma, one of his rare misses, it took time for London Lions to really put their marker down and take control. I really like Morgan, his high release cat stretches the floor, and then the 1 foot fadeaway. That was really nice. But they kept firing away, Scorchers. Now there's going to be games where they catch fire and they're going to cause some teams some real problems. But Lions just kept under control. Teo from the other side. And I really like Grantham. He knocked down some big shots and had some big defensive plays as well. That was scrappy from Scorchers. Lions there getting the offensive rebound. Grantham again just hanging around. Ball finds itself to him, which is what great rebounders do. The ball gravitates towards you.
Well, again, a phenomenal performance here from the defending champions who won the treble last season. But, you know, this team as well, they have to really be cautious with every game because European campaign in the Euro Cup, especially with players such as Tyreek Phillip coming off the back of injury, it's going to be a testing season for this Lions squad.
They're going to have a lot of fixtures. They're going to have a lot of rotation, but they've got the squad to do it. Look at the players they've kept. Look at the players they brought in. That was clever. He slowed down almost to a walking pace. The defense didn't react. I like Gooden. I like Jameson. He just didn't give up. That's exactly why they brought him in. But it's the presence of a low post scorer, Surrey Scorchers. Can they get enough score from the outside as we see that Sharma highlight play? We'll see that again and again this week. And then Nelson caps it off with that split leg, lean to the left three.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had our opening game so far from the first 3 days. We're going to look at the previous results and the standings so far from our game. Well, again, we're going to meet with Petar Božić, head coach of the London Lions. My apologies. Well, again, you can see Kieran Sandy, but, you know, a good introduction he's had so far with this team. But the fans, of course, of both these two teams coming into Surrey Sports Park to really enjoy the occasion. But momentarily now, we will meet with the head coach of the London Lions, Petar Božić. Well, Coach, congratulations on your debut win for the London Lions here at the Surrey Sports Park. Just let us know, how has your experience been in your first game here in the British Basketball League?
It was very interesting, honestly. We had 2 different halves, and we did put a little pressure on us because it's the first game of the season. We want to open it well. We did a much better job in the second half, controlling the rhythm and defensive board. So. But overall, good game, and congrats to my players for a win.
Now, Coach, you had a lot of experience playing for great clubs such as Partizan, also being an assistant coach. What experience can you take from your days in Serbia and bring the philosophy here to the British Basketball League?
Well, definitely, I'm combining my experience from Europe and from USA and trying to implement in a way how we practice and everything else, and we'll see how that's going to work during the season.
Coach Graham Hiscock here. Great win. And how are you finding working with all these British players that have played abroad and then have come back to play for the London Lions, working with these British players in particular?
No, I'm really excited about the team that we have, and team management did a great job with the recruiting. We did have a little of, let's say, inconvenience with some injuries in the past 10 days. So we barely had 6-7 guys on the practice, but now we are back and we are waiting a few more guys to join the team. And then, but overall, each player brings the effort and dedication every day on the practice. And we're trying to carry that on the game.
Now, Coach, you know, you spent the last couple of seasons coaching in the NBA G League as both an assistant and as a head coach with the Austin Spurs. Now you're back here in Europe. You've got a team here in the British Basketball League, but also competing in the Euro Cup. How are you going to find the challenge of balancing both leagues together?
Well, we are, first we are doing that with the practice. We come on every practice to have a good one and hard one, so we carry that to the game, no matter who is opponent. Schedule is really dynamic, a lot of games in the first 3 months of the season, and that's very familiar for me because it's similar like in a G League.
Coach, I just want to say to you, I've been practicing a little bit of Serbian myself. I just want to let you just attest me. Ja volim naučim srpski.
Oh, yeah, you were talented.
Well, I just
I'll
want to
help
say to
you.
you,
I'll help you.
your debut game here in the British Basketball League has been a fantastic game, but I just want to say personally, ja volim da kažem dobrodošli u Engleske.
Hvala puno. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach, very much. All the best to you, and we'll see you soon.
Likewise.
Well, there was Coach Petar Božić, head coach of London Lions. You know what? A phenomenal opener for his team, especially against a very hungry Surrey Scorchers team that really wanted to prove a point here tonight.
Yeah, things could have gone west for them in this game, but they didn't let it happen. Olaseni again just leading this team. Jordan Taylor, we spoke about him. He was solid. I really like Tariq Phillip. He came in and gave us some solid minutes, and Dante Grantham. You can just go through the list, and of course Nelson as well, just always ready to take up the challenge. So they've got a lot of pieces. They were too strong, too much energy, too much talent really, and too much size. London Lions deserved winners.
You know, last season, Lions, the only team that played in a continental competition. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you for more games here in the British Basketball League.